Hello everyone and welcome back to Crowley House Flower Farm. My name is Beth and today I thought we would just chat a little bit about keeping home, garden, and self in balance a little bit. I know this can be kind of hard to do, especially when the season gets going. But first of all, I'm going to have you tag along with the girls as they do a little spring cleaning in their tiny house, which is a yurt on the property. They've made it super, super cute, and I just think it's so inspiring to see a space that is tiny and livable and beautiful all at the same time. And they're learning to do things that are eco-friendly, inexpensive, and just be really creative with the little space that they have there. So I'm super excited to show you. It's beautiful, and they do such a good job. I'm super proud. I think as a mom, you know, my daughter Riley, the curly-headed one, and then my sister's oldest daughter Emma live there, and they work here on the farm, as you guys know. But it's really cool to be able to basically just teach them a little bit of something, and then they can take some pride, and it's just fun to see them just take ownership of something and really make a cozy home that's inviting to, you know, friends and folks that come out and they're excited to entertain and just create this beautiful life. Anyways, I hope you enjoy.
Okay, hi everyone. We're gonna clean up the yurt. We're gonna do some spring cleaning. As you can see, we have I have my big jacket on because it's freezing in here.
I'm still in my gym clothes. We just finished recording the podcast, had our morning routine and stuff. If you haven't listened to our podcast, Oblivion Good Time, go check that out on all places you can listen to your favorite podcasts. We're talking about what we're doing today, which is spring cleaning.
So it's gonna be a lot.
We're gonna be deep cleaning this thing.
We are going to be dusting the ceilings. We were just talking about this.
Bottom.
What are we gonna do for the process? I feel like you have to dust from top to bottom, and then you have to take out all the big things. Oh, the fire is going out. We need heat.
It's making weird noises.
I don't think you guys have ever been in the yurt before. Have they been in the yurt before? We will show you a before and after, maybe. It looks kind of bad right now, but maybe we'll show you a before and after. This is our little office nook. It's quite horrible looking. We just have a lot of boxes. Riley recently pulled out of her little booth at a little antique place, so she has a bunch of those that we need to take to Goodwill.
Sorry.
You're good. And then there's just a lot of dusting that needs to happen. Usually during summer, all of the windows along the edge, there's actually windows everywhere, there. And so they're actually open. They're like a screen door, right?
Yeah.
And so it lets in so much dust. We've already cleaned, but literally there's so much dust in here. And then just with the cat coming in and out, the dog coming in and out, we've collected quite the collection of dust. So we're gonna take you along. We're also really trying to do all natural cleaning products. So we're also going to show you us doing that. So it should be really fun.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
We're doing some fun new things today.
Indeed. Okay, should we start?
I guess so.
Let's go.
Okay.
First step is turning on good music, lighting some candles. You got to get into the mood. So we are going to be doing that.
First, to start off, I'm going to gather all the blankets in the yurt for a good wash. We're going to go throw them in the laundry in the house. And then after that, we'll do bedding and we'll do clothes. Any clothes that need to be washed also.
Our next job was to move all the big things out of the way because we are going to actually dust all of these ceilings. It really needs it. I don't think we've ever done it since we've lived here, which has been about a year. So we moved everything out of the way. Very open. Pushed it all to this side. We're just going to take it one section at a time because the yurt isn't big enough to do it other way or otherwise. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We ran out of multi-purpose cleaner, so we have this bottle. We keep reusing it, and I'm gonna just show you guys what we do. We usually add water to about this line right here, the top of it, and I'm gonna do that real quick. Alright, so I've added water to about right here, and then I have some vinegar right here. We're also going to add that. So I added vinegar to about here, and I left some room at the top for some lavender oil. We have some lavender oil left over from another farmer that we are friends with. They pressed a lot of it, so it smells so good. Vinegar doesn't really have that great of a smell, so we always add oils to make it a lot better. And this is so cheap and easy to do instead of driving to the grocery store and having to buy cleaner every single time you run out. So I'm just gonna pour that in. It already smells so good. Going to mix that up a little bit. Close it up. And there you have it. A new cleaner. And it smells really good. Our next task is to start taking everything off of the shelves, wiping down the shelf, and then dusting everything, and it's gonna look so nice because we'll rearrange everything. Can't wait for it to be done. As you see, we have a lot of shelves.
There. Okay. So, Emma's vacuuming. Where are you? Emma's vacuuming our super dirty floor, and I'm going to make a powder natural cleaner out of baking soda. We have this baking soda. It's such a cute box. That's we never use because we don't bake in here ever. This is some coarse sea salt and some lavender essential oil from our lavender. And I'm just gonna make a big bin of it in this Tupperware container. And so we'll have it to save, and that's gonna we can use that to wash our bathtubs and our sinks and anything like that is like our bathroom cleaner, I guess. So yeah, you get to watch me do that. Now you're gonna be able to see what I'm doing in the bathtub. She's really dirty, if you can't tell. Oop. Don't fall. You're definitely moving. It's fine. We're fine. You good? You're still moving. Yeah, I don't know where our bathroom sponge went, so we're just gonna use this little guy, which he's natural anyway, so we're sticking to a theme. I'm just gonna like turn my shower on for like that's it. I guess. Shower on for like a second. Get it damp. I really shouldn't be kneeling, but guess what? We're doing it. And then okay, so I let it sit for a little bit. If you can see, I don't know if you guys can see this really well, but I scrubbed her, let her sit for a bit, and now I'm just gonna let her rinse. I'm just turn the shower on. Wow.
We finished cleaning the yurt. We used all natural things and it feels really good to have it done. We also put out a lot of new decor items that are more spring-like, so I'm going to take you through and show you a little bit before. And I don't think we've ever showed you guys the yurt, ever. Have we showed them the yurt?
When Olivia lived here. They had
like a year ago. It looks very different, so.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
more Emma Riley-fied. Wow, that
gonna be
blanket
fun.
is very damp.
We had a blanket that didn't all the way dry.
Alright, house tour. Welcome. When you walk through the front door, this is our office area. This is where Emma edits her photos, where I edit the podcast. It's a perfect little desk for this corner. We have some inspiration. In our closet area, this is an armoire, a vintage armoire from the 1940s. 30s area that I thrifted, or I found in an antique store, and they were gonna paint it, which is tragic because it has this amazing wood detail that was like specifically made. It's gorgeous, love it, and it's perfect for like our closet, and again using the furniture to create rooms in a way. As you can tell, it's facing this way, so it makes this space feel like its own individual room. Emma's bed. Really cozy. Lots of lights in this corner because it can be really dark. Because this is the only corner without windows. So over here is like cozy little reading nook area. It's like a second living room. We got these two antique chairs. This one was given to me. It was our great Aunt Jane's. This one Emma thrifted. And then we have the kitchen over here. We cleaned out the fridge. It's literally like empty except for the sauces. So we can go grocery shopping eventually. Clean that up, and we wiped down all the countertops and cleaned the inside, top. Not a lot has changed over here, but we did get this beautiful tablecloth that I thrifted. It's literally makes me so happy. It's the love of my life right now, other than Emma and the cat. We added some ranunculus, some really fun candles, this really fun candle holder that I found, and of course a really fun bowl. Just like bringing all the colors together, make it bright, very spring, very fun. Cleaned everything up over here. Just dishes to put away. We'll take care of that later.
They're still drying.
They're still drying. Not a lot changed here. We just like did some light dusting. This is just our storage for our kitchen, all our cooking supplies, some of our foods. So this is the living room, which we like hardcore deep cleaned. We also like just deep cleaned everything, but it's a lot of fun and colorful anyway. But we dusted everything, took care of all the plants, washed all the blankets, vacuumed the crap out of everything because it was so dirty. It just gets so dusty throughout the summer because of the roads and stuff, and there's like no rain and stuff, so it just accumulates to a lot of dust. So we got some fun new pillows. And here's my library. We dusted the crap out of this because it was totally caked in so much, and we reorganized it. These are all the books that I have read. Well, there's more, but this is a lot of my books. Our shoes are on the bottom half. Just nice storage, and underneath we have like exercise stuff, more shoes in baskets, paperwork things, and then the loft. We like had to go up there and like dust the ceiling. The ceilings are so much better than they were. They're literally caked in cobwebs and dirt, and got all of that stuff down. And yeah, that's where I sleep, which is the loft. It's really cute up there. I'll show you, but I have socks everywhere right now because I need to go through all my socks. You know, I feel like twice a year you have to like go through all of your socks and redo the gist, you know. But this is our collage wall. These are all different pieces of art that we either made or Emma made, or we thrifted in different places. We really like finding pieces everywhere we go, like to travel. It's a big thing. Like we have a running tradition of finding a magnet at every new place we go to. So our fridge has a bunch of different magnets from different places. But we also like to do that with art. We scrubbed our bathroom. Do we want to show the bathroom?
I think it's fun.
Okay, the bathroom's a little hectic, but like it's fun.
It's small, so it's gonna be hard to show.
It's small. This is our compost toilet. She's cute. The pee tank's missing because she's still being cleaned. But this is where the number 2 goes, and usually in the front is where number 1 goes. We had to clean her out. She was a hot mess a little bit. Bathroom is like our next project. It probably has like the least amount of like storage in the house, and like we haven't really had time to really focus on it because we have like all of like we have a towel rack and like hand towel rack and a toilet paper rack thing, but we just need to put it up. We bought it like literally when we moved in June, and we haven't had time to like actually do the projects that we need to do. This is our shower slash bath, and I took off the you saw I took off the curtains, at least like the indoor ones, to wash, so they're still on the wash, but I scrubbed this thing. It looks great. It's so nice. Cute. Got a towels. A random curtain rod hanging out. Yeah. That's our bathroom. Anyway, that's the whole house. Yeah.
We made it in a full circle.
Full circle. I don't know. There's lots of other outdoor projects to do, but that's like for another video. Anyway.
So as I promised, I said that I would talk to you a little bit about keeping the home and garden and self in balance. So I get this question a lot when people ask me, like, how do you do it all? I know that like Instagram and Facebook and that kind of thing can be completely deceiving because you can cut out the parts of life that aren't as nice or cozy or beautiful. And so I've been trying to be really real about what we do here on the farm and the amount of help that I actually do have, because that is one thing that folks ask me all the time. And I'm like, I'm not alone. I have help. Today, my morning looked like that. I got up, I tidied up. There was a few like cups and that kind of thing in the sink. I went ahead and finished loading the dishwasher, got that started, got a load of laundry going. I actually wiped down the fridge, took out anything that might be good for the chickens, set that on the counter for my husband. I had a whole bunch of beets that I pulled out of the garden. Right now we're just, cleaning out the garden beds and everything. There was just a few little beets left. So I'm doing some pickled beets, which are really yummy, and I'm just going to can those up. So I already started that. I've got it going. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go back in and finish that. My day generally, after I'm done with those things, have a couple cups of coffee. I head out to the gardens. I check things. I water. A lot of times anymore, I have somebody else watering, and that's just kind of on their list to do. Everybody kind of has their lists and routines, and I like those routines, but then I like to spice them up a little bit because I don't know about you guys. For me, oh my God, I get so bored so quickly. And if I don't have a list or if I don't have a plan for the day or a routine, I can just buzz around the farm like crazy and just not get anything accomplished, basically. So generally in the garden, I try to do something like I seed a tray or I seed 5 trays. It depends on how heavy the load of seeding is. Later in the summertime, we're not seeding as much, but from now, which is March, all the way through June, we are seeding very heavily. After that, it's like we're doing some sunflowers, that kind of thing, weekly. On more of a broader topic or broader, like what I do is I chunk the weeks out into things that have to be done every single week. So maybe like fertilizing, or it could be that I need to spray. And we generally here try to keep as organic as possible. So there's different things that I have to do, and that generally falls on me. I like to do all that because I can keep in check. And what that does is allows me to get really good contact with the gardens and really know what's going on. Because if I send my crew out to cut all the time and I'm sitting here on the front porch drinking tea or coffee all the time, I'm not really going to get a feel or a handle for what's going on the farm. So I need to be out there every single day. For self-care, this is super important because as the season goes on, you get really fatigued and tired. And so the most important thing is to really take care of yourself. I know my mama used to drill that into me. She would say, Beth, you're not going to be able to take care of your children, your family, if you're not taking care of yourself. So for me, it is super important that I do take some time either away from the farm and do something I really enjoy. Maybe it's going to a garden center, or maybe it's going antiquing, which I absolutely love. And my kids love both of those things. In fact, this last week, we just went to a little, not a little, it's pretty beautiful, Japanese garden up in Portland. And that's what they wanted to do for spring break. And we went out for dinner afterwards, which we don't do very often. So it was kind of a special time. So I enjoy that. I love hanging out with my kids. Sometimes we go for hikes, and maybe that's just a quick, 20-minute, 30-minute hike, which is just close to our house. Or sometimes it's packing up a lunch and taking off and going somewhere for the day, which is really hard for me to do because I am just as happy and content as possible as anybody could be here on the farm. A lot of times, self-care for me looks like taking a walk with my husband on the farm. A lot of times we'll pour a glass of wine and we'll just have conversations about the dreams that we want to have happen, which, if you can get lost in the mundane, like everyday production of everything that's going on and only talk flowers. And there needs to be a time where you're just really connecting with your partner. And for me, that's usually in the afternoons with a good glass of wine, and we've had a good dinner, and we just walk the farm and just chat about, maybe the kids, maybe the farm, maybe I ask my husband how he's doing. We just have some good fellowship, and that's kind of how we keep the romantic side alive as well. So this whole month, we're going to be talking on our podcast a little bit about diving deeper into kind of how we keep organized in our systems. It has taken me a long time to kind of come up with systems. When I first had somebody working with me on the farm, it was really hard for me to know what jobs to come up with and what to let go and what I should be working alongside with the folks, or for just like, totally lost my train of thought. Just delegating things to folks that were helping me on the farm and knowing their skill level. So this is my first year I've actually felt really, really comfortable with it. And 2, my crew has been with me for a little while now, and I know their strengths and weaknesses, what they get bored with. And a lot of times if they do get bored with it, I don't want them doing that job or if it's just something they don't love to do. And that's why I do rotate the job list pretty frequently, because not only do I get really bored, but I know my crew does as well. So there is times where we definitely have to hammer out things that we all hate to do. And generally, we will be doing that as a team. That's super important. If it's a cutting day, I'm out in the field cutting way before the crew comes. I'm doing some things like that are sensitive, that need to be done in the cool of the morning. And then, I'm always thinking ahead of I have like a recipe for different things that are quick and easy. So maybe I might make a pot of soup one day. We have it for lunch the next day, and then we'll do something simple. And then, throughout the week, we do really, really simple meals. And then on the weekends, we tend to do, my husband loves to barbecue, and that's kind of his thing. So he will bring out the barbecue, and he will make some really special meals. And a lot of times we make enough that they'll carry over to the beginning of the week. Having a clean and tidy house is something that really, really helps you get through the season. And keeping that routine, for me, keeps my sanity. I do hire in somebody twice a month during the growing season when it's super hectic. All she does for me, which is one of my sisters, my sweet sister, she comes and she cleans the bathrooms and she sweeps the floors and mops. For me, it's all about the floors. If the floors aren't clean, and we have a ton of wood floors, if the floors aren't clean, the bathroom's not clean, I will lose my marbles. So having somebody come twice a week, and then I can manage and keep up with the rest of it. So that's really worked, and a great tip for anyone that is just feeling a little bit out of control. I haven't always done that, and I couldn't always afford to do that, but now I definitely at that point that it's worth me spending a little bit of money on to keep me from going nuts. And then it allows me to have a little extra time with the family and my husband in the evenings and that kind of thing. If you're finding that our channel is helpful at all and you want to recommend it to a friend, that would be lovely. We would absolutely love that. Please give us a thumbs up and a like, and please leave us a comment. If you have any tips that you would like to share down in the comments, that would be amazing. And also, I know a lot of folks do read those comments, so maybe it's helpful to other people too. This is just the way I do it, and I'm just sharing it with y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Crowley House again this week. I hope you enjoyed that and got some useful tips. I really encourage you to come up with a list, write down a few things that might make it helpful for you to get through this growing season in a much more harmonious and simple and relaxed way so that you can really enjoy the gardens and enjoy the process of actually growing and selling your beautiful blooms or veg, or eggs, or meat, or whatever it is. So, anyways, much success in all you do and grow, and we'll be seeing you shortly in the garden very soon next week.